Number one question, do you have a trust fund? Audience because there's a charter boat. Why are they going this way? Where are they going? Alright, well, a boat just pulled up right next to us, so we're gonna wait to start this because now we have a whole audience. Okay, take two. So we asked on Instagram for you guys to drop some questions about how we live on a boat financially, cruising, any general questions. We're just gonna answer some of our most frequently asked questions, I would say. Yeah. Just about logistics of living the way we do, and yeah, so we'll get right into it. Number one question, do you have a trust fund? Do you have a trust fund?
No, just your OnlyFans page.
No, people either think we have a trust fund or that we are on OF. And if you don't know what OF is, I don't recommend you look it up. People assume that we have a trust fund. Unfortunately, we don't. It'd be a lot easier if we did, but we don't. We don't get an allowance from our parents. Our parents don't fund this lifestyle. We work, we have jobs. So another question is, since we don't have a trust fund, how do we make money while we're cruising full time?
I am a 100-ton licensed captain. I do charters from time to time, depending on where we are in the world. Also do boat deliveries, private instruction, ASA lessons, all sorts of stuff. Right now, based out of St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands, working on charter boats, but am available to fly anywhere and do deliveries or whatever else.
Yeah, and it gets kind of tricky with captain's work depending where you are. We're in the U.S. Virgin Islands, so we're able to work legally here. But it's a little bit harder to work in other countries. We didn't work in the Bahamas or the Dominican Republic. We're able to do some charters out of the USVI to the BVI, but being in a US territory makes it a lot easier to make money here. We're not sure what we're gonna do after we leave here and we're not in the US territory anymore, but we'll make it work and find a way. There are always ways to make money, especially with Starlink being online now. But for now, Andrew's working as a captain, does deliveries, ASA, and I studied advertising in college, so I work in marketing online. I do freelance, sometimes locally, sometimes online, so just kind of finding jobs here and there along the way to help us fund this. Isla, do you want to come say hi?
Yeah.
She's our new neighbor. All right, next question. How much money do you spend a month?
There's a ton of different variables there.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
We pay our boat loan and insurance, which is pretty consistent. I pay $800 a month for the boat loan. I don't know what we pay for insurance. Emma figured out. Okay.
Well, we pay 6 months of the year for insurance, so it's $800 a month for 6 months of the year, so $400 a month.
So yeah, $1,200 a month for that sort of thing. and the USVI right now, we're spending probably around $800 a month on groceries. Groceries are really expensive here, which is a big bummer.
It has all the food that we know and love from America, but it costs you an arm and a leg here.
And I don't really spend much on diesel or gasoline. We filled up today, spent about 425 bucks, but that was our first time filling up in like 2.5 months since we left the Dominican Republic. So this 425 bucks worth of diesel, that should last us, I don't know, probably 3 months or so of being here.
Yeah, maybe even until we leave this area.
Maybe more even.
Yeah. So it just depends. Like this month we're filling up on diesel, so it's going to be a little bit more expensive. Sometimes people come to visit, so we're going to spend a lot more money because we're going to go out more. But it varies.
Then this month, or for the next 3 months, we're spending $450 a month on a mooring ball. So
yeah, to be in St.
typically
Thomas.
we like to anchor, which is normally free, but being here in Red Hook, it's a fairly busy harbor, and we thought a mooring ball was the safer and better option since we'll be moving around so much. We just have kind of a guaranteed place to come back to. So
yeah, and if Andrew's working, if he does, let's say, an overnight or a multi-day charter, and I stay back with Isla, then I'd prefer to be on a mooring ball that we know is secure if I'm going to be alone for a couple days, which isn't typical. But another question, big one, is how they all kind of tie in together, especially when they're about money, which is most of what people are asking about, is how did you afford the boat?
Yeah, to answer that question, you know, we both worked very hard for several years and saved up as much money as we could. We got a really good deal on our boat too, for a variety of different reasons, but we ended up putting about a little less than half down on the boat in cash, and then got a personal loan for the remaining personal loan for the remaining little over half. So we're paying that off as we go.
Yeah, we pay that monthly. We don't technically own our boat outright, so that is how we were able to afford it. Because, I mean, if we weren't able to find a loan, which it was really tricky finding one, we probably would have just bought a smaller boat, an older boat, and one that we had to fix up more. So we decided we'd rather have a bigger boat that we'll grow into and that we won't outgrow really quickly. And that will be on for a long time. So it was an investment. We bought it for a really good price. So we're happy with all that. I mean, we'd love to own it outright.
So we bought the boat just 3 months after we got engaged, and we had a discussion, and we said, you know, we can put all these savings towards a big giant wedding, or we can put all these savings towards a boat that we'll live on forever. So, or not forever, obviously, but
we'll live on for a while.
Decided obviously to go ahead and go with the boat option, and you know, we're doing a very small intimate wedding next month, which will still be awesome. Kind of, you know, best of both worlds in our mind.
This wind is killing me. Memory card was full, so we're back and we're with Isla. Say hi. Look, everyone wants to see you. Can you say hello? One of the last questions is, how do we meet people and make friends while we're traveling full time?
Well, yeah, it's pretty obvious, you know, if you're walking around town or hanging out at a bar or something, you know, a lot of sailors just kind of look like sailors, so.
Or go to the same types of places around the docks.
Close to the docks, that sort of thing. So it's easy to figure out, you know, who you have stuff in common with and meet people organically like that. Another extremely helpful thing that's fairly new is the Sea People app, which we're huge fans of. We use it every day. It's a really good way to see other boaters that are around you, and it's a good way for people to keep in touch with you and track you and, you know, see where you are in the world. So
yeah,
big fans.
We talked to lots of people on Sea People. There are tons of hails and different ways that you can meet up, and a lot of things run by the Young Cruisers Association. There are a bunch of meetups, flotillas, Tons of events that happen. We're going to something in the BVI next month, or in 2 months.
In April.
We love meeting you guys when we're out. We've started meeting some of you guys along our journey, and if you see us, come say hi. We'll have a drink, hang out, share some stories. We love meeting everyone. That's a great way to meet friends. We've met a bunch of people that way. If you cross paths with us and you see us in the area, send us a message or just come up to us, you know, stop by, and we'd love to meet everyone. And yeah, so I mean, tons of ways to meet friends. See people, shout out to see people, because I feel like we've met so many people through that so far, and we're gonna meet so many more. All right, and last question, what is your dream destination?
Eventually, we really want to go through the Panama Canal and over towards Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
There's lots of crazy cool islands to check out over there, and
yeah,
that's the goal eventually.
Yeah.
Not sure when that'll be, but that's definitely our long-term goal.
Yeah, our original dream when we bought the boat was to actually come here, because we bought the boat right after getting engaged, and we got engaged in the BVI. And now that we're here, our next big goal, which is a big goal, is getting over to Asia, which you have to cross the Pacific Ocean first to do. So that's way in our future years. I don't know, hopefully on this boat, if not this boat, maybe another, but plan is to kind of head that way at some point, go through the Panama Canal. Yeah, I mean, plans change all the time, so who knows, but our plan is to go west instead of east, but we'll see where the wind takes us. If you guys have any other questions that we didn't answer, feel free to drop some in the comments, and we'll do another Q&A at another point. So we're gonna lead right into the rest of this video, which is actually has to do with a lot of the finances. It's a bit of an insight into what we do on a charter and one of our charters that we ran. We sailed from St. John back to St. Thomas, and then immediately found out there was a family that had their captain cancel on them for their BVI 5-night charter over New Year's. We don't always do those types of charters because we have ILA. It's a little bit harder logistically, but they really needed somebody, and we can move some things around to make it work. So we brought Isla to the vet within that hour that we found out that we were going to do it. We did a bunch of planning, made sure our boat was going to be left in a safe place, got a ferry ticket for the next day, and went. It was really last minute. It's not usually like that, but we're glad we did it. We had a great group. So we didn't want to film it. We didn't want to film too much of it because we didn't want to film the people. They're on vacation. But it's just a little bit of an insight into what it looks like when we're doing a charter, and yeah. You'll see a lot more of us traveling on our boat soon, but this episode we're going to be on a Bali 48 catamaran. So stick around and enjoy the BVI with us.
Cool.
Bye. For all them to come back. We are at Norman Island, where they have the famous Willie T pirate ship kind of thing where you can jump off of it, and there's a bar and restaurant, and Pirates Bite, which is a restaurant. So we're staying here for the day on the charter we have. It was all kind of thrown together last second, so we had like less than 24-hour notice to get to the BVI to do some work. So we're gonna take you along a little bit of the charter when we can. We don't want to like have the cameras on the guests, but when I have little times like this when they're snorkeling, I'll give little updates and take you along in the BVI and what it looks like to have a 5-night charter on a catamaran. If anyone's ever interested in that, Andrew and I work the charters. We sometimes bring Isla with. So that's something you guys are interested in and want to know more about, let me know, because it's definitely something we offer while we're here and working. We'll be here for at least a season, so yeah. Isla, are they coming back soon? Isla misses the guests so much. And Andrew, obviously, but she loves them. And they've been loving having her. I think that's them coming in. But this is the boat. It is a Bali 4.8. Has 5 cabins. They're heading back in, so I'm gonna go ahead and go welcome them back to the boat. Guests are dropped off at Willie T. We're gonna go bring Isla to shore because she hasn't been in a bit.
Yeah, she needs to run on the beach a little bit.
Yeah, this is the boat we're on. Brought Isla to shore. Hanging out at Pirate's Bite. All the guests are at Willie T, so Isla can get some land time because she's not allowed to go to a lot of the places we're going. A steak dinner with some mashed potatoes, some sauteed asparagus, some grilled tomatoes and goat cheese, one of Andrew's favorites. Yeah. Guests are over on Cooper Island at the beach, and we are watching probably the best sunset we've seen in the Caribbean yet. Silhouette of the boats is so pretty. What a perfect day. It's the 30th. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve.
Yeah. We're going to the baths in the morning.
We're going to the baths in the morning, and then we're gonna go over to Leverick Bay and Bitter End. Not bad work views. Alright, we're going to get provisions. All of our guests are over there at the baths. Left Isla on the boat. So this is our commute to provisioning for the rest of the trip. Look at that house in there. My sunglasses are gone in the ocean. I was helping a guest on one of the their buddy boats that are bareboating with us. She misstepped and was falling back, so I caught her, and in the process my sunglasses flew in the water. And if I had my freediving fins and my mask, I could probably find them in the 25 feet of water, but with the rental fins, I think I could swim better without them. So we did not find them. I think they're just goners. So I'll be wearing this hat for the next 3 days so I can see. We got provisions at Right Way in Spanish Town. We're right by the bath, so while our guests are at the bath, we picked up a cake for New Year's. Got enough for the next few days. And this is our taxi ride back. All the groceries are in there. Now we can relax. We walked here, so this is a little nicer.
Yeah, we're not lugging all of that back.
Yeah, it was way too much.
Still need to get some more beer at the marina.
Some ice.
And a lot of ice.
Yeah.
And then we'll head back on the dinghy.
Yeah, we brought a cooler on the dinghy. The dinghy's way bigger than ours, so it's plenty of room. then when we get back, we're gonna go and pick them up from the baths, and well, whenever they're ready. They might not be ready yet. And then head out. Did not get a mooring this morning on Bodie Ball, so we are gonna hope to get a first come first serve ball at Leverick Bay or Bitter End, and then do lunch when we get there. And if we can't get a ball, then we're just gonna anchor at Leverick Bay, and then bring the guests to Bitter End Yacht Club for New Year's party. But first, we're gonna host their buddy boat for dinner. And yeah, that's the night. That's what we're doing tonight. And then tomorrow they have lunch at Save Rock. So pretty good next few days planned out. A couple days left. But it's been super fun. We have awesome guests.